Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of PE at Home for USTA Arkansas. In our last edition, Cord showed us quite a few activities that were great and I hope you've been practicing them at home. Today we're going to build on those activities a little bit as well as introduce a few new activities. So just like Cord did at his last video, we're going to do a warm-up to start. The first activity for us is going to be side-to-side cone shuffle. So I've got a couple of cones here. I'm just in my place, so I'm going to do a short little area with the cones down on the floor, just like so. And we'll start at one cone and we'll just go side to side. Okay, so the first time I do this, I'm just going to do it without a racket. So we'll just side to side shuffle a few times, get moving a little bit. And then once I get a little bit warmer, I can add the racket if you want to. So here we've got the racket and we're side shuffling. Okay. The next warm-up activity that we're going to do is called plank pass. So all that's required for this is a ball and some sort of wall, or even you can do plank pass on the ground. And so I'm going to actually show you plank pass on the ground. It's going to be a modification of plank pass. And so what you'll do is you'll get in the plank position, and instead of throwing it against something, you're just going to bounce it and catch it with the other hand. And that way you can do plank pass without having to have a wall also. Okay, so the next activity that we're going to do is balance or roll the ball on the strings. And Cord showed us this activity last week, and I thought it'd be a good idea for us to practice this one again. So all you need is your racket and a ball. And remember, we want to use the handshake grip. So we'll hold our hand out like we're going to give somebody a handshake, put that racket in there like we're handshaking, and then we can either use the forehand or the backhand for this activity. We're actually going to start with the forehand side. So forehand we'll hold with the palm of our hand facing up to the sky, and we'll set that ball on our racket, and at first we'll just balance it. You can walk around a little bit if you'd like to. Do some lunges. Just try to keep that ball nice and balanced. Okay, and then the next activity is that we're going to start rolling the ball around our racket without dropping it. And you can change directions on this. You can also move around while you do this. And if you get really good at this activity, then you can also do some lunges. Self activities or activities that you could do by yourself. Reason being, I don't have a partner with me today, so I have to make sure that I do activities that improve my tennis skill without a partner. All right. So my first one is self rally. Be very careful with anything that is in your home that could be damaged. But what you want to do on self rally is pretty simple. You want to rally the ball, and when we're rallying, typically we allow the ball to bounce once. Sometimes you would volley it, but typically we would allow it to bounce once. And that's what I'm going to do here, is allow it to bounce once. So I'll drop the ball and I'll hit it up. At first, I'm going to keep it low to the ground so that I get nice and comfortable with it. As I get better, I might start to bring it up a little bit. Now I'll bring it back down. All right, now, once you're good at the forehand side, it's also a good idea to practice doing the same thing on backhand. Now, I'm going to try this one-handed. I'm sure that if you're more comfortable doing two-handed, that's fine too. All right. Once you've had enough of self-rally, the next activity that I'd like to move into is roll and splat. Now for this activity, we're going to go back to our cones that we had, so that's why I've left them out here. Okay, so with roll and splat, it's pretty simple. You're gonna roll the ball to the cone and then splat it there, and then you go back. And you just keep going back and forth like that. When you do this, you're side shuffling as well. So side shuffle, roll, splat. Side shuffle, roll, splat. Side shuffle, roll, splat. Okay? You try it. Okay, so now we're gonna try self jacks. If you have a partner, if you have a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad that would like to do this activity with you, go ahead and get them. That's totally fine. Today I don't have a partner, so we're gonna do self jacks. The way self jacks works is it's a constant challenge against yourself to get to the next level. The next level means one more hit on the racket before you're done, okay? So that looks as this. So when we do jacks, we start at 1 and we go up as high as we can. Our goal today is just gonna be to get to 10. Your goal at home for partner jacks, if you're by yourself, is to just see how many you can get to total number wise. If you have a partner with you, then what I'd like you to do is try to outlast your partner. See who can go the longest without messing up, okay? In either way, whether you have a partner or you're alone, what you're doing is you're going to a certain number, and then the next round you have to do one more than that number. So with jacks, it's simple. You start at 1, and for today, like I said, we're going to go to 10. So drop, ball down, catch. That's 1. Okay. So the next one is 2. So 1, 2, catch. Letting it bounce in between each time, and then catching at the end. So my next one is 3, and so on until we get to 10. Okay. So I've done 10. So for that activity, I would be done and I could move on to the next one. Now, for those of you at home that are really competitive and want to try this longer, what I challenge you to do is see how many you can get. See if you can get to 100 like that, or even more than that. All right? Now, for those that are also looking for an at-home challenge in between this video and our next video, we're going to work on edgies. So what I'd like to do is have all of us try this at home. Now bear with me, I am not going to be the greatest at edgies, but the idea is to bounce the ball on the side of your racket. Okay, we're not using the strings, all right? We're using the frame of our racket to bounce the ball as many times as we can. Okay, so I'm just gonna hope that I can get 3, and then if I can get 3, I'll work on it at home this week, and in my next video, I'll hopefully be able to show you guys more than that. Same with y'all though. Try as many as you possibly can. All right, I got 4, okay? All right. Okay, that's gonna do it for today's PE at home tennis video. Thank you guys for watching. If you don't already, please go follow our Facebook page. It's USTA Arkansas. We post videos like this as well as other information regarding leagues and tournaments and anything else tennis related that you might need to know. Again, that's USTA Arkansas on Facebook. Again, thanks for watching and have a great day.